Sentenced to death after 2 escapes, Li Hongtao was corrected by the court shortly before his execution due to a historic invention that brought great value to the country. Li Hongtao was born in 1966 in Hubei province. Since childhood has had excellent academic achievements. At the age of 14, Dao won the second prize in the national math competition and received the title of Excellent Youth. 4 years later, Dao passed the entrance exam to the Department of Electronics of Zhejiang University. After graduating, Dao and his girlfriend went to Kunming, were assigned to work in a state-owned enterprise with good benefits, and soon got married. Having a peaceful and good life, Dao is not satisfied with the boring trajectory, every day. He started an affair with a schoolgirl. When the story was revealed, the couple quarreled fiercely, making Dao no longer eager for a love life, even having the intention of being bored with life. Under the guidance and encouragement of friends, Dao put all his heart into the profession. Wanting to start a business but lack of capital, Dao thought of a way to make money illegally. He forged a company seal, tricked the bank into transferring 80,000 yuan, a huge amount in 1990. Seeing that making money was too easy, Dao did not want to start a business anymore but continued to cheat. However, this time, he was discovered by the bank director of a suspicious point in the contract, discovered that Dao was a forger, so he reported it to the police. Just 2 days after being arrested, Dao broke the handcuffs himself and fled the station while the police were drinking on the evening of April 18, 1992. He did not fly far, but ran away immediately, but went home to get a homemade electric repair kit. After that, Dao took a train that left Kunming and arrived in Guiyang. While fleeing from the police, Dao did not hide his whereabouts and continued to commit crimes as soon as he arrived in Guiyang, on April 26, 1992. His goal is an imported Audi, luxury value, the whole city has less than 5 units. Seeing the car parked on the side of the road, Dao was immediately captivated. Without using sticks or stones to break the window of the car like other thieves, Dao quietly waited for the owner of the car at the corner of the street for 5 hours. Then he actively approached to talk to the owner of the car, proved to be very knowledgeable about the function of the car, even borrowed the key to see for half a minute. In just half a minute, Dao had memorized the size and gear structure of the key. That night, he made another key based on memory. In the middle of the night, Dao went to the car owner's house to ask for a chat, easily controlling the Audi parked outside. After driving for a few days, Dao got bored and ran to Nanning City, Guangxi. During the next month, Dao was no longer interested in expensive cars but played with police cars and drove back to Kunming. At this time, he is wanted by the Kunming police but still wants to return to his old place just because he misses his lover. While meeting his lover at the university campus on June 19, 1992, Dao was surrounded and arrested by the police. After being arrested, Dao told the process of fleeing, because the area involved was too large, so it took the police 2 months to verify. During this time, Dao, fed up with being locked up in a detention center, began to find a way to regain his freedom. He studies the structure of the prison and prepares for his second escape. Because he had escaped from prison, Dao was particularly concerned by the police, and every move was monitored. Dao incited 2 inmates to dig through the thin wall of the cell in just 4 days. At the same time, he also deliberately approached the warden, looked for the opportunity to observe the prison key on the jailer, and then carved it into the bamboo stick. Thanks to that, Dao successfully escaped from prison on the evening of November 16, 1992, but his 2 accomplices were unlucky to escape the pursuit of the patrolling police force. After defecting, Dao fled to Liuzhou City, Guangxi province. He steals a Peugeot with a fake key, but discovers the car has broken down. Not giving up the car he liked, Daoist became the owner of the car, asking passers-by to help push the car into the repair shop. The shop owner discovered the car's starter was broken. At that time, cars often used brush engines, motors that wear out over time. After finding out the cause, the shop owner only needs to replace the motor and the car can run normally. But Dao lost interest initially, a few days later deliberately revealed traces for the police to find, was arrested for the third time on December 8, 1992. Dao changed his mind after listening to the owner of the auto repair shop. He came up with the idea of making a brush motor, overcoming the disadvantages of the current brush motor. To carry out the idea, Dao chosen the prison as a research place because here he did not have to worry about being arrested by the police, nor worried about being bullied or disturbed by anyone. In the past, the brushless motor is a Japanese proprietary technology. Chinese companies have very limited patent rights. If they can invent the brushless motor by themselves, it will bring a lot of benefits. Useful. After examining the feasibility, the Kunming police chief broke the law and approved Tao's request, providing him with a simple experimental site. But before the new engine was invented, Dao was put on trial and sentenced to death for fraud, theft, and fleeing, November 1, 1993. After the appeal hearing in December 1993, the court approved Dao's death sentence, which was executed in 7 days. While waiting for the execution of the sentence, Dao still did not stop researching and recording documents in the hope of having a successor after his death. Seeing Dao's efforts, the prison leader reported to his superiors to provide him with adequate experimental facilities, without handcuffs, and invited some experts to guide him. On December 31, 1993, right before his execution, Dao's test was successful. The director of the detention center immediately wrote a report requesting a cessation of sentence execution to Dao, sent it to the Kunming City Public Security Bureau, approved by the director, and promptly submitted it to the People's Court of Hunan Province. Court accepted after deliberation. Successfully built the first brushless excitation motor in China. Although it has not been able to completely replace Japan's brushless motor, Dao has helped push China's level in this area to a big step. Dao was the court to amend the death penalty to a suspended death sentence on March 16, 1995. In the same year, the brushless excitation motor invented by Dao won the Gold Award of the 5th China Invention Exhibition, and the first place of the Hunan Provincial Invention Excellence Competition. On December 25, 1997, Dao was sentenced to 17 years in prison. On July 25, 2000, Dao received 3 invention patents and 3 patents for utility models, which was reduced to 2 years in prison. On July 1, 2002, Dao's sentence was reduced by another 1.5 years. In 2009, Dao was released. One of Dao's well-known inventions is the first generation of smart cards in China. In addition, based on the experience of 2 prison escapes, Dao also designed an electronic technology monitoring system, which helps to improve the security indicators of prisons.